Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to talk to you very briefly about a couple of things when it comes to Donald Trump and his agenda. Before I get into some of those things, I'd appreciate it if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on at the bottom of the screen, the three buttons. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll give you, you'll find a lot of up-to-date information. You'll find things that hopefully will be very beneficial and useful. And please feel free to comment, and any feedback is valuable. I wanted to talk to you, as I stated, about Donald Trump. And I wrote an article recently in the Huffington Post, which I will attach to this YouTube video, about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to create a fictional America. The America that he wants to create is not just fictional, but, we don't understand the ways, the means, the things that are going on in this man's mind. And while I am talking specifically to Black America, it's because I feel like Black America, minorities, Latinos are very much in threat under this presidency, and we should not take this presidency very lightly. So henceforth, I wanted to go ahead and write the article. Again, I'll attach the article to the end of this page so you can click on that as well. As I stated, the Black America that Donald Trump wants to create is purely fictional. Many of us understand too well that in the African American community, Black folks have been oppressed for years, hundreds of years, that is. And beyond the oppression, Blacks can tell you stories of lynchings. They can tell you stories of murder. They can go back and tell you stories of, things that frankly just don't happen in other communities. Trump wants to create America on the flip side of that, where rappers like Kanye West and comedians like Steve Harvey become social engineers. Jim Brown becomes social engineers. And, these type of people, entertainers and musicians and artists, are preferred over civic leaders who have been working on the behalf of the American public for years, like John Lewis, who instead, Mr. Trump wants to start a Twitter feed, a feud, basically based upon his disagreement, by calling Mr. Lewis so many things. And I'll tell you what, from Mr. Lewis's standpoint, Mr. Lewis was just saying that he believed that Trump's election was illegitimate. But Mr. Lewis, John Lewis, is perfectly within his rights to speak about his opinion, not only as a leader for the Black community, but an American hero in general. So we have to say to Mr. Trump, get over it. Get over it. You need to get over that, because the last time we checked, you are the leader of the free world. And at some point, we would ask you, Mr. Trump, to explain how slavery fueled the foundation and gave rise not just to international capitalism in general, but the U.S. in particular. So these things have to be discussed. They have to be talked about. The question that I have is, make America great again. What does that mean? When we say make America great again, does that mean go back to the slavery days, or go back to the days when, we were in Africa as far as Black Americans? I want to know what qualifies as greatness. Tell Blacks what time in American history you referencing when you say, let's make America great again. Because one thing that I want to say, and I don't claim to be the person that speaks for all Black people. I'm not one of them type of people, but I will say that empty slogans mean nothing to us. Black people have suffered for years. We don't care about slogans. We shouldn't care about slogans. We need action. We are in such a need for leadership like never before. So with all that being said, I want to just say a couple of things that are on the short list of what people can see and expect from this Trump presidency. Number one, the reestablishment of racial profiling in the Black communities. Donald Trump stated, I'm going to say that again, Donald Trump stated that he would support racial profiling by increasing the level of policing and giving them empowerment over the people. Local police will be empowered to do racial profiling. Does that qualify for Make America Great Again? Because all you got to do is look at New York and the problems in New York, and you will see that that experiment was failed, it was flawed, and it was just bigoted. Didn't work. The rollback of HUD programs. We are in definite need of HUD, which is the Department of Housing and Urban Development. But yet you want to put Ben Carson over that, a person who has absolutely not one iota of experience in running HUD. And basically his level of experience, he said he grew up in the projects. What does that mean to me and you? That means that we're in danger of this Trump presidency, this cabinet, and we've really got to pay attention to what's been going on. The last thing that I want to say, the last few things I want to say is that Dr. King fought for many years to fight against American militarism and oppression, and that was really it became the focal point of his flight. It became the focal point of his struggle towards the end of his life. When Dr. King spoke out against the Vietnam War, we already knew that his days were numbered. And I'll tell you what is the struggle that we're dealing with today? That parallels the struggle that we're dealing with today with the problems in Vietnam. So, in short, we've got to really be able to wake up, because in true to form fashion, Donald Trump is showing in every way that he is anti-American, he is anti-people, and he is definitely anti-black. I can't say it any other way. I just got to keep it real. So we would hope that, when we hear these things, America first, we would hope that people would stand on the front lines and stand in the oppression of these things and talk about people first. We would hope that each person in the community would teach another person who doesn't know. We would hope that these conversations start at dinner tables. We would hope that just as the building a wall is as far-fetched from Mexican criminals Mr. Trump highlights, but most African Americans, Mr. Trump, are not dodging bullets and praying that our children survive failing schools. No, that is an element in our community, like it's an element in any community, But, urban America has its own unique problems, and we can't segregate, but let's try to bring resolution. So I would hope that people are asking the appropriate questions, like, how did this man become president? How did this man become president? That's a great question. So let's keep in tune with each other. Let's keep watching. Let's stay visual. Let's stay on the front lines. Keep marching. Keep stomping. Keep protesting. Keep Twittering, Facebook. Use all of that, because we're going to need it in the days ahead. And I tell you what, if you hear there is a certain element of people out there who say, well, let's give him a chance. Let's see what he does. Well, I tell you what, you don't wait on fascism, and that's really what this thing has become, what it looks like. And I got to call it what it is. You don't wait on fascism. So I would hope that you guys would stand together. You would stand with me in the days ahead. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Huffing the Post. Follow me on the Daily Cost, my Facebook page. You can reach me at my email address, and my website is GreggLGreer.com, which is GreggLGreer.com. Thank you.